if we're talking about like Montverde players for a second, I still don't quite see it with what's it, Caleb Houstan. Like
Yes.
it's not even like I can't just sit here and be like, oh, he doesn't necessarily deserve whatever ranking he got. It's just like I don't know. It's just like I watch like when at least in fairness I haven't just like honed in on him like that, but it's like watching him like I don't see anything that's just like yeah, that's kind of amazing. Like this makes perfect sense.
Uh, what I can tell you about Caleb Houston is it's one of those dudes where you gotta. It takes a couple games for you to get it. Because I was watching during the St. James Invitational. When I was watching him, like the first two games, I was like, "Oh, you're 6'9" and you can shoot." Okay, I get it. But he's 6'9", he can shoot. When he decides to take you off the dribble, like he's going to get in the paint because he's big. He's like big and mobile. So like he occasionally he has the burst to beat you off the dribble, and then because he is like physically bigger than you, he can just bump your shoulder and you get out the way. And when he gets to the paint, he's still got really good touch, so he can hit you with a floater. But the most likely thing is he's going to look for an assist, and he's a really decent passer. Uh, he doesn't dribble often, but the handle's not bad. Um, because he is like 6'8", 6'9", he is super versatile on defense. Like there's many times during like Montverde games where he's guarding uh, 2 through 4, occasionally to 5, but it's not very long. I think uh, he might have got guarded Felix Akpara during the St. James Invitational. I don't really remember, but there's it's a complete package with him. Like
Okay.
I saw people like ESPN's player projection was like Paul George. I don't see it. There's much more defense. There's much more athleticism and probably defense that you want from someone you're comparing to Paul George. But at 6'8", 6'9", uh, will not be a liability on either side of the court. Consistently shoots the ball and has the versatility for a 6'8" wing forward. Like, nah, but he's gonna be a bit of a problem, especially when the floor is more spaced out in college. Like, yeah, we gonna see something. If anything, the things that's gonna come back and bite him is that it's just he's not super athletic. Like he has decent feet speed, but if we're talking about like elite wings at the college level, I think I think most of them probably are going to take him around the block at least that first year. But I could really see him messing around and being like a first round pick after his freshman year.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
but I also kind of like Kendall Brown after like having gotten to see him sunrise.
Did you watch the Kendall Brown game where Kennedy Chandler didn't play against Calvary?
Mm-mm.
All right. So there is a lot of like good takeaways from that game. Like the players who were supposed to play big without Kennedy Chandler did it. Willie Lightfoot, who I'll probably get into later, Willie Lightfoot was amazing as far as I'm concerned. Like that is the most of that is most like a point guard that I feel like I've seen him play in about like the 8 games that I've watched of him. Um, like he's normally a really good shooter. This time he just kind of stepped into the pure point guard role. Um, had 8 assists. Really controlled the pace and whatnot during pick and roll. Like he did a really good job of getting people stuck on his back during all of like the scramble. He's really good, and he's also over the last 11 games, he's shooting 59% from three on 3 attempts a game. And it's not like it's catch and shoot threes. Most of his threes are like off the dribble. Like he'll hit you with a move step back three. Like it's and when you look at like his volume, like it's kind of sporadic. Like he had one game where it's like 4 of 6, and then a couple games where he only shot like 1 or 2 threes. But No, I really like him. I wish he had like a bigger role. I can't wait to see what it is next year. And then Kendall Brown. Kendall Brown, I really like, especially in that game. He was aggressive. Um, I still don't think he's much of a self-creator at this point. Like, I don't think the handle is there, but he's so athletic that he doesn't have to dribble at this point. Like, he just has to cut and like take one dribble and get to the lane. What are you gonna do? I'm 6'8", and I'm probably one of the better athletes in all of high school sports. It's not going to be much that it's not much that you can do. And in this game, he was like a really excellent cutter. Anytime somebody got in the lane, he was trailing right behind him, and he dunked it every single time. Like, like he's just like a really good athlete at this point. Like there's
Yeah,
other stuff that helps, especially in like the defensive end, but that athleticism is nuts.
like I think the thing with it, at least kind of thinking about some of the games I've seen, is like it's like while most of his game kind of is about like his athleticism or take like he's it's not like he's dumb with it. Like it's
Yeah,
not like he's just running around trying to do something. Like he's kind of figured out, okay, this is how I can maximize, the fact that like I can like jump out of the gym and I'm kind of strong. Like in the Montverde game, there was a dunk he had that was just it was wild, right? Um, that and also I guess mention a couple of like tip in just like he's good at taking advantage of his athleticism, and it's like so that was like okay, the idea that 5 star like makes some sense, and like because like if because like if you have the athleticism and you're already kind of smart about how you play the game, the rest of it should start to come,
exactly.
and when it does, he's gonna be a problem.
He really is. There's something about guys who go to Baylor that I always kind of like keep an eye on them because mainly because like from I'm in the Big 12. Is it Big 12?
Yeah, I'm
Big
pretty
12
sure it's a big
conference?
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm Big 12 country like my entire life. So like certain schools down here, like I always kind of I'm interested in the recruiting. And dude, what Baylor has coming in between him and Langston Love, issues. Issues. Especially that Langston Love. That boy gonna be a problem in college. Bro, he's such a surgical. Like he just knows how to get it, and he's stronger than you. So if you want to step up, cool. You're just gonna get one of these giant ham hock sized shoulders in your chest. I love it. Another dude who did really good in that Sunrise game was Grady Dick.
Hmm.
Grady Dick probably had like 20 something in that game without let me pull up the stats to make sure, but I believe he had like 20 something. All of the things that are kind of in his scouting report, he did them all in that game. Like he he was kind of like the pseudo ball handler without Kennedy Chandler on the floor. So like that pass that we saw him make from Kennedy Chandler, like he did that. It wasn't like it's not like a big assist game. He finished the game with 16 points and 1 assist, but he just looked smart. You could see all of the athleticism. He was 3 for 3 from 3-point shooting, and that's one of his things. 6'6" athletic shooter, and he absolutely showed all of that with the rebounding. He played really good defense. He got a steal. I'm just really impressed by Buddy. And then Kendall Brown having the complete game at the same time, having 14 of his own, got a steal, 2 blocks, 5 assists with 0 turnovers. So sneaky passing from the Baylor commit, 5 rebounds, hit all of his free throws. Still can't shoot threes for real. He missed both of those attempts. But again, 5 of 10 from the field. Super efficient play. I appreciate it.
Once again, Calvin McGowan. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Um, If you are watching on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, leave something in the comments. Um, you can also listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. If you made it this far, once again, thank you. I hope you got a lot done of whatever it was you were working on while listening to this. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.